Hey everybody, this is Tony.
And this is Paul, and we are headed out on the road for the Friends for Life podcast world tour. So let's hop in the car and get going. Well, Kelly, welcome to the Friends for Life podcast. We'll just throw you in head first. So you're with the Department of Developmental Disabilities here in Ohio. What brings you out to the Tech Fest here in Tiffin?
So I am part of the Community Life Engagement Project Management team, and I work in the North Central region of Ohio. Okay. And what we do is really promote community life engagement, everything related to Employment First and day services, and then Technology First also sits under our umbrella. And so really here to support all of the technology vendors and just this event as a whole, and then talk about Technology First.
Yeah. You know what? I have been talking to a lot of county boards, especially the ones that are in the Northwest Ohio area where we do a lot of our work. And there are so many misconceptions about what technology can bring to the field of work that we do. If you had one that you just wanted to debunk, is there anything that you can say about it?
Sure. So something that I hear those things all the time as well. And you know, a big piece of what I do is education around technology. And I would say it's not cameras in your home. Yeah. That's probably the biggest thing, is that it's really individualized, person-centered. It's based on the needs of the person and then what's going to work for them. And it really looks different for every person. Yeah. So that's probably the biggest myth.
And that is amazing, because I think the people who want cameras are the ones who, you don't even need remote supports to have them. Most people ask for cameras well before remote supports are put into place. So what is some of your favorite technology that you have seen utilized for difficult situations?
Oh, I think that's a hard question, because there's so much out there. So I was able to attend the Tri-Tech Apartments ribbon cutting ceremony in Cuyahoga County recently, and just the off-the-shelf technology that people can access to make their lives easier is amazing. So, for instance, they have voice-activated everything.
Oh, nice.
Blinds. You have voice-activated air fryers. You can, like Alexa-enabled air fryer, coffee maker, microwaves. So I think that can have a huge impact in people's lives and help make things just way more accessible, and it helps people be independent. Yeah,
we got a buddy who has his house decked out like that. He's one of the individuals we service, but Google controls that home.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Right.
And I can't even figure out how to get my lights to work.
Yeah, my 7-year-old taught me how to watch YouTube on my Echo show in the kitchen. So he's way more tech savvy sometimes than I am.
So does anybody with technology in their homes worry that the robots are going to take over, like in Terminator or something? I'm just kidding.
I haven't heard that before, but
that would be my fear.
Well, I just heard that there's an AI rapper. There's a rapper that's is artificial AI. Intelligence. This is it's crazy.
Well, what I've with the technology we see here today and the technology that we see that is being made in real time right now, I think it's going to open up a lot more accessibility for people with disabilities in the future, because look at where we're at now compared to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Voice activated everything. Come on, that's stuff people can buy for their normal house, let alone people with disabilities. Is there any stuff that you'd like to see, maybe a dream device that would really help someone in the most tough situation where maybe they need someone 24-hour care? What's some technology from the future that we could brainstorm up?
I don't know the answer to that, but what I will say is that it's constantly changing. I mean, there's new technology out there all the time. So
every day
there's an ICF that has received a grant from DODD, and they used it to purchase an Obi, which is a feeding device that is very intelligent. And so it can intuitively determine where the spoon needs to go and how to feed the person. And so I have a hard time because I think technology really can do a number of things into the future. And what I think sometimes my message to individuals that we're working with, to people, to SSAs and teams and providers, is really just to have the conversation that we don't always know all the answers. We don't know all the tech that's available, but talk to the vendors and they can tell you what's available to help support someone in ways that we never would have dreamed of.
Do you think, and this is me playing devil's advocate, that it takes away from, I guess, maybe the hands-on, one-on-one feel of like humanity anymore? Like if you're talking to someone on a screen or something in comparison to that person being at your house, do you think are we losing our compassion there?
So I think that technology shouldn't replace that person-to-person interaction.
Gotcha.
But what I will say is that many of our providers are struggling with staffing and the workforce crisis. And technology provides a way to support someone where they can still have someone that's consistent and working with them. It's just through that technology that happens versus in person. And so I think a lot of times people are developing relationships with the person that they're speaking with on a regular basis through their remote support vendor, just like they would somebody that is coming in to support them in their home.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think, or how do you feel? Because this is something, and it's off the cuff. I wasn't going to ask this before, but I'm thinking about doing interviews with individuals, with our staff or potential staff via virtual settings, and it's no longer the agency doing interviews. How do you feel about that?
I'm all about it. Like, I think the pandemic has kind of moved us into a direction where we do a lot more virtually, and it makes things more accessible. So you may be able to interview people, for instance, our tech ambassadors. So we have technology ambassadors that are all over the state, but you could potentially interview somebody that is down in Southwest Ohio or Northeast Ohio virtually, and it could reach more people.
Yeah, and that's I think that's what we all want to do, and give our individuals the option to choose their people again. I think that it sucks that an agency provider has to kind of play that middleman person, and then you have families and individuals mad at you because you couldn't get something right that somebody put on a certain image and stuff for you for that short amount of time.
Sure.
So I don't know. That was just kind of where I think about technology going to provide better services.
Yeah.
When technology's made all of our lives so much easier, there's so many things that we can do nowadays that were not even like feasible 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
So it's really helpful. And, you know, even on a personal level with Zoom meetings and stuff, I mean, in the end, I feel like they're more efficient. Even in just a standard workplace. I mean, you can hop on a 15-minute Zoom meeting. You don't have to drive. You don't have to do all this stuff. And you get the point. And if it's boring, you can mute it and do something else.
I think that in person has its benefits for sure.
Absolutely.
But I absolutely agree with you that virtual meetings have made our lives more efficient and made our work more efficient.
So is there anything coming up here that you're excited about, like more festivals, more technology expos, conferences, anything you're looking forward to for the rest of the year?
So we had the Tech Summit August 12th, which was fantastic, and then we will have another one next year as well. But what I will say is I am looking forward to getting out. I work with 17 counties. I would love to talk to more providers and county boards about technology. I was just in Marion County last week and was able to speak to their staff during an in-service about what technology first looks like. And so I think doing those local meetings and just having those conversations is what I'm looking forward to the most.
Awesome. Well, before we wrap up here, you got people to talk to, and there's supposed to be a ton of people out here today. So where can people learn more about what you do with DODD and maybe your website or where they can find you on social media and things like that?
Sure thing. So our website is, I believe, www.dodd.ohio.gov, and they can learn more if they just click on the search function and type in technology first. We have a whole website dedicated to that. So please check us out, and then also you can get in touch with me directly through my email, which is kelly.schuck, SCHUCK, @dodd.ohio.gov.
Well, Kelly,
Have you ever got a aw shucks?
Always.
Sometimes I try to be funny, but I'm not original.
No, that's all good.
I knew that was coming at some point. I knew it.
Perfect.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much. We'll let you get back inside and talk to all these awesome people here today.
It was a pleasure to talk with you.